So I know I've kind of been slacking on the videos, right? So what had happened was, as we like to say, I made this entirely long, huge video about a bunch of different topics and really, 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 really good stuff. And it was about 12 minutes long, and the whole time, since I had my interface plugged in, the movie maker actually didn't record any of the sound, so it was totally mute, and I was really, really frustrated. And that was after I did all the editing, everything that I actually stopped to listen to it. But whatever, it's cool. So I know you guys love me and everything, but I know you only love me in small doses. So what I'll do is, instead of doing one long video where I talk about a bunch of different topics, I would actually do now one topic per video, but this also means that I'll probably have to do more videos, correct? So I'll do one topic per video, so that way I'm actually talking about a specific thing that you're interested in, and you don't have to watch a video about a bunch of different other topics that are probably totally unrelated to what you may want to know or talk about. Right now, I want to talk about something that's a little bit more personal, or I guess something that hits home a little more, right? I posted on Facebook the other day something about something that I thought was rather important to say, right? A friend of mine is kind of going through a couple of things. He's going through a little something, and it kind of reminded me of my experience and when I was going through a similar time. So this just came to mind, and I put it on Facebook, and I got a lot of good positive feedback. And people were like, wow, this is how I feel and whatever, and I got shares off it and everything. So I thought it was pretty good as far as the feedback was concerned. So I kind of want to. So this is what I posted. Sometimes you're put in a situation. The situation ultimately becomes a journey of realization in which you realize you can open the door to a world you never knew even existed. Sometimes a little bit of space is all it takes. Separate yourself from what you know, where you feel safe, and you may find something so much more fulfilling is waiting for you. So what I mean by all of that is, if you take a risk, right, and you take a risk, get out of your comfort zone, put yourself out there. It's going to be a hectic ride. It's going to be risky. It's going to be sometimes a dangerous situation even. But sometimes, just sometimes, it's worth it. Now, as long as you're doing the right thing, don't get me wrong. Don't take the wrong risk. But for example, me, I was in a situation where it almost felt like I had everything that I thought I needed, right? Or that I initially wanted. There's that point in time where you hit sort of like this peak of independence sort of thing. And I knew that if I stood where I was and kept living my life the way I was living it, I was going to plant myself deeper and deeper and deeper into this place where I in reality didn't want to be. I didn't want to stay, because I live in the big city, but there's a much bigger world out there, right? There's a much bigger culture. While New York City is great, and we have cultures from all over the world come to us, and that's an amazing experience that most other people in most other cities and countries don't get to have. We have everybody in New York City, literally. There's also the aspect of, where do these people come from? What kind of culture do they come from? What are their lifestyles like? This sort of curiosity just piqued in me, and I said, I know there's a lot more than just this world that I know. I know there's a lot more than what I'm used to, what I'm comfortable being around. So what did I do? Pretty much made a nice short-term plan, sold all my stuff, and flew out to Asia. To be honest, to me, I really think it was worth it, and it has been worth it this whole time. I've been out here for about 5 months now, and just having that first-hand experience is like nothing you'll ever see at home. The things that you see on TV and you hear about things around the world are sometimes nothing like what they really are. When you are there and you see the life that these people live firsthand, and when I say these people, I don't mean just in Asia, not just in Japan, not just in China. I just mean in general. When you see these different lives, you get a better perspective of how good some people may have it and how bad some people may have it, right? So we live in the United States. That's great. And to us, that's the greatest country in the world. Americans, rather, but not to everyone. And if that's what you think, that you live in the greatest country in the world, well, I have to say that you're mistaken. Because there's great things about the United States, but there's great things about all the other countries out there as well, right? And if you don't go out and explore the world and experience these things firsthand and meet these people, you're going to be missing out on a lot. Now that we have the opportunity to do what we want to do as far as traveling is concerned, it's going
really
back to my original post. I got to that point where I knew I didn't want to stay where I was, right? I was finally there. I have my own apartment, I have my job, and I'm going to school, and I'm doing what I want to do. But it was so frustrating to do this daily routine thing, right? And even when I was working in a corporate environment and doing all of that firsthand, it was still like, you know, if I'm successful in this field, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, you know? I know that what I want to do is definitely in the entertainment industry, and what I'm doing here is in education, ironically, right? But everything that I've learned from the entertainment industry has definitely helped me in what I'm doing now. And if I can make it here, like we say about New York, I can make it anywhere. If a foreigner can come to Asia, not speaking the language, not knowing anyone, and make it here, and then expand to the rest of the world, I think that's pretty awesome. So I'll see you guys next time. So look out for my next video. Make sure to post all your questions and comments. Let me know, what do you want to know as far as Asia is concerned, as far as my experience is concerned. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them for me. Peace out.